If you have 30 minutes, one pan, then you can make the best beef teriyaki. You'll never order takeout again because this beef in this recipe is so tender and it's coated in a delicious homemade teriyaki sauce that's easier than just dumping in a bottle of sauce. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, where we are obsessed with helping families eat well on a budget. Friends, this is not only budget friendly, but it tastes way better than anything you're going to order at a restaurant. Now you can find the full recipe linked in the description or just by going to eatingonadime.com. And today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make. Let's get cooking. First, we're going to start off with some flank steak. Now, flank steak is readily available at your grocery store, but the trick to having tender steak in your teriyaki is cutting it correctly. So you'll see lines in your steak, which you're gonna think, oh my gosh, I should cut it with the lines. Don't. We're actually going to cut the steak against the grain, so against the lines into like a 1/4 inch strips, and that is what allows your steak to be super tender when you cook it. In my book, thinner is better, because when you get a little stretch, that means it's going to be super tender. Now, this is where a good knife comes in handy. We have our knives linked. They're not very expensive. I do like to sharpen them before we start cutting. But take the time to get these beautiful thinly strips. But when your knife is sharp, it's really easy to do. Another thing is, since this is pretty long, I do also like to take the strips of steak after I've cut them and then just kind of run my knife through them to get them in easier to eat pieces. Now we've got the steak cut, you need a bag. We're gonna use my freezer bag holder. I use these when I make my freezer meals. If you've been following me for a while, you know I love crockpot freezer cooking. This is just gonna hold the bag open, so that way we can put the steak inside. So I'm gonna add all the steak in there, and these are the pieces. Remember, I cut them down. And you could do this in a bowl, but guys, this is so much easier because we're going to coat this in cornstarch. Throwing it in a bag is easier and more fun. We're going to add 1/3 cup of cornstarch. We're not baking, so don't worry about the measuring too much. This is what thickens, okay? So it's going to thicken the sauce on the teriyaki, and it's very common in like Asian recipes. Now, leave the air into the bag and zip it closed. Then you shake it around. If you take the air out, like you would if you were doing a freezer meal, it's harder to get it to move. So the trick is, leave the air in and then get that steak coated. I like to go in with my hand and separate the pieces and then do one more shake just to make sure you get a little bit of cornstarch all over it. Again, you can do it in a bowl, but this is way more fun. Now I'm gonna set this aside, clean up, and then we're gonna show you how easy it is to make the teriyaki sauce. Learn nothing from me, at least learn that teriyaki sauce is so easy to make and it tastes way better than store-bought. We need a little bit of water, about 1/3 cup. Then we're gonna add some soy sauce. I like using like low sodium. This isn't low sodium, but I suggest it for regularly. We got 1/2 cup of that going in. If you're gluten-free, you can do, I just forgot what the word is, but there's lots of gluten-free soy sauce alternatives that you can use as well. And then some sesame oil, about 1/2 teaspoon. It's so simple, and teriyaki sauce homemade just tastes so much better. I mean, even my 19 and 20-year-old boys know how to make homemade teriyaki sauce. It's that easy. And then a little brown sugar, about 1/4 cup. I have actually, fun fact, because I've been like watching calories and stuff, I've actually used like a monk fruit brown sugar sweetener in this recipe. Still works great. And if you're out of brown sugar, throw in honey instead. Our last 2 ingredients, we're gonna do some more cornstarch, about 1 tablespoon. Again, this is what thickens it and gives you that sauce, that gelled consistency. And then rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of that. We just need to whisk this up and done. You have homemade teriyaki sauce. We're just gonna whisk this until that cornstarch is all, what's it called, dissolved in. Very important to do. It doesn't look like the teriyaki sauce because it hasn't been heated up, but trust me, it tastes way better than anything you're gonna buy in a jar. And also the substitute that I completely forgot is coconut aminos, is what you can get at the store as well, that you can use instead of soy sauce if you're wanting gluten-free. Now we're moving to the stove. I've got a large skillet and we're gonna heat up about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I like it to get nice and hot. Now we're just gonna add the meat to the pan. And I said olive oil, I'm actually using avocado oil, but any kind of oil you got honestly is gonna work. I like to have a thin layer of this instead of just dumping it all into the pan. So if you have to work in batches, you can. Now when I say batches, I mean I'm cooking one set now, half of it. We're gonna cook this on 3 minutes on this side and then flip it. We wanna get that nice, beautiful brown coloring that will get on the edge. If you keep sauteing it, you're not gonna get that coloring, so let it sit for that 3 to 4 minutes. It's been a few minutes. Now it's time to flip. You can see we're getting that beautiful color. I like to swap to my wooden spoon to get everything off of the pan and get it flipped. See all the little darker brown bits? That's the important part to make an amazing sauce. Okay, it's already ready to remove. I'm just removing the steak and then we'll do the next batch. Add a little bit more oil if you need it. Then we're gonna add the rest of that steak in and do the exact same thing. So now my second batch is ready to come off. You're gonna remove all the meat from the pan. All this right here, don't worry, this is gold. Now I turned it down to low and then we're gonna add our minced garlic. You can mince your own or we just did pre-minced today. And then we're gonna do fresh ginger. You can use ground ginger, but fresh ginger is amazing. About a teaspoon, I just eyeball it. I am using a cheese grater today. Normally I would use like a zester, but mine is disappeared. We're just gonna let this cook for about 30 seconds. It doesn't take long. That just kind of activates that garlic and that ginger. Now it's time for the sauce. Give that sauce one more quick whisk and then pour it right in. This is important. Now's the time we take that spoon and scrape up all that yumminess from the bottom of the pan. If you need to let that cook for a minute or two, but mine was already thickening, so add the steak right in and then toss the sauce, or toss the steak into the sauce. Another quick tip. Now it's already finished, but if you want a little bit more sauce, you can actually just throw in a little splash of water, let it heat through and mix it up, and that will just add you a little bit more sauce for you to pour on those veggies. But right now it is done and we are ready to eat. Now it's time for my favorite part. Eating it. Of course, we're gonna serve it on some rice. I should have air fried me some vegetables to serve it on too, because this sauce is amazing on some veggies, friends. Oh my goodness, the smell. Too bad there is no smell-o-vision. Remember, you can get the full recipe linked below in the description or just by going to eatingonadime.com. It's where we have all our budget-friendly recipes. Now we're gonna top it to make it extra special with some green onions and of course sesame seeds. Now it's time to eat it. Ooh, so excited. So tender, so flavorful. There is nothing more than I hate than tough steak, especially like when you're going to the restaurant, but you'll never have that problem if you're following our recipe. Guys, if you love budget-friendly recipes just like this, make sure you watch this next video. Okay, I have old pan of this to eat because I am super pumped. My kids are gonna be so excited. Remember, grab the full recipe linked below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe because we're gonna help you all summer long, well, all year round, help you make easy recipes just like this that your entire family will love. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends. Oh my goodness, so good.